Hello and happy Easter. Yeah, for Orthodox Christians, today is Easter Sunday. So, the rest of us celebrated Easter almost a month ago. Why are Orthodox Christians just getting around to that now? Well, let's talk about that. Hi, my name is Gay O'Neill, and this is Jesus Stories, where we find out about Christian history and about heroes of the faith. In an earlier video, I explained that the date for Passover was based on the Jewish lunar calendar. Now, because the lunar calendar was only 354 days long, the date for Passover was actually 11 days earlier every year. So in order to get around that, the Jewish lunar calendar would add a month every third year so that the date would stay consistent. It turns out that the Roman Empire also used a lunar calendar until Julius Caesar decided to put an end to all of that. To align with the seasons, the Julian calendar was based on a solar year rather than a lunar year, and each solar year was 365.25 days long. And rather than adding an entire month, every leap year would add one extra day in order to keep the dates consistent. Now, the Julian calendar was definitely not perfect. It actually started out with an 8-day week, but it eventually got moved to 7 days. Also, even with the leap year, each year in the Julian calendar was 11 minutes too long. So for every 128 years, all of the seasons would move back a day. So if my math is right, spring would have started on March 5th this year. And by 2149, spring would have started on March 4th, and so on and so on. So to eliminate the date creep, Pope Gregory the 13th instituted a new calendar that accounted for days, minutes, and seconds in the length of a year. Almost 600 years later, the Gregorian calendar is still used in most of the Western world today. But that didn't happen immediately. As a matter of fact, the Gregorian calendar was not accepted in the British Empire until the year 1752. As a matter of fact, if you asked 10-year-old George Washington what was his birthday, he would say February 11th. But if you asked President George Washington what was his birthday, he'd have to say February 22nd. Another place where the Gregorian calendar was not accepted was the Eastern Orthodox Church, which brings us back to Easter. The date for Pascha, or what we call Easter, that was set at the Council of Nicaea was for the first Sunday after the first full moon after the vernal equinox, as according to the Julian calendar. The Eastern Orthodox Church chose to stick with the Julian calendar date for Pascha, whereas the Western Church chose to go with the Gregorian calendar. And that is why we have two Easters. So is one date better than the other? Nope. Always remember, we don't celebrate when Jesus rose. We celebrate that he rose. Thanks again for watching Jesus Stories. This channel is all about church histories and about heroes of the Christian faith, because so much of who we are is because of who they were. Thanks so much for watching, and please do share this video with someone that you think needs to hear this. And I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.